Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of EverQuest 2. We're going to go ahead and be starting the quest line with Blorpisa Bogchild here. We're going to go ahead and talk to him, see what he wants us to do, what his story is. Hello, I haven't seen you around here before. I am Bogchild, and I say hello and I introduce myself with my name. I have not seen you before, but I have heard of you and your accomplishments. This is such a pleasure. We're lucky to have such a hero within our midst. What brings you to the cove? And so I guess my actions have preceded me here. I'm on my way to New Hollis. As am I. I've stopped along the way, and I've been attempting to create a new spell. It is one that would protect the pilgrims from the bitter winds and the frosty landscape of New Hollis, as well as protect them from the wild creatures and hostile entities. So my response is, how will you cast the spell on all the pilgrims? I don't intend to cast it on them all. I will enchant the spell onto parchment for the pilgrims to read out loud when they arrive. What if they can't read? What if they have children with them? Such details. But you do bring up a good point. I will have to make it so that when the spell is read, it affects everyone in the area, not just the reader. Well, that all sounds very technical to me. Say, if you aren't in a hurry, I could use some help. My choices are, what kind of help do you need? No, sorry, I'm in a hurry to get to New Hollis. To make the ink to enchant the spell to the paper, I need the arcane imbued ore of the rolling stones found southeast of here. Do you think you could go and collect some of the ore for me? I sure could, or no, unfortunately. So, Arcane Elements is the name of the quest. It's level 5. You get at least 2 silver and 80 copper. So we're going to go ahead and hit accept. Great. As I said, you can find the arcane imbued ore on the rolling stones to the southeast of the cove. They should not be too hard to find. Let me know if you get into any trouble. I'll be back once I have the collected ore that you need. So, where you need to go is right over here around the corner. It's very easy to miss unless you're watching. Of course, you can always look up here on your map if you're confused and you don't know where you need to go. Now, these stones are level 5. Some of them are level 4, and they are not ready to attack. So you may be like, why am I not killing these creatures now? There's plenty of them here. Well, if you look a little further down, you'll see there's a named creature down here. He's a named rock called the Crushinator. He's level 5 with 1 arrow up, and we're going to go ahead and kill him. He'll count for the quest, and he'll have a chance at dropping some loot that we may need. All named creatures will drop loot. You know, and these other creatures have a chance of randomly dropping loot. Also, by killing names, you get usually more experience, and you'll also get AA experience. And we haven't really gone too much into detail on AAs yet. If you're interested in that, you're welcome to watch my earlier videos on Introductory to EverQuest, where I go over some of those details in far more depth, you know, for those of you who are interested. And as you can see, he wasn't too difficult. He didn't really hurt me all that much. Now this is just, you know, stuff that you can sell to the merchants. Not really that great. But the chest. Now, when you're opening up a chest, they come in several different sizes. Regular treasure chests like this. They go all the way up to exquisite or ornate. When you open up any one of them, they can always have booby traps on them. If you're a rogue class, you have the ability to disarm. And you need to work on that as you can, because when you get to raid zones, you're very, very valuable on those. But when you trigger a trap, it can hurt you. So make sure that you have at least 3 bubbles of life before you open up any chest. And even that may not be enough if it's ornate. So you may want to wait to full life, because there's nothing worse than getting an ornate chest and dying as you open it. Because then you have to run all the way back to where you died and hope that somebody doesn't loot it while you're gone. So you have the superb loop. It's treasured, no trade. What it means by no trade means I can't give this to anybody else once I loot it. So if I don't want it, I shouldn't loot it, leave it here for somebody else. Now, because nothing else is popping up on the side to show it's a comparison to, it means I'm not wearing any rings. And you can have at least 2 rings on. So I'm going to loot it. It asks you, are you sure? You can change that in the options so that it stops asking you that if you prefer. But it's kind of a nice feature to have on to make sure you don't loot something that you shouldn't. People get really angry if you loot a no-trade item and you can't even use it. Simply because you weren't paying attention. So it's very nice to have that little, you know, catch on to stop you from doing that. to double check, you know, to make sure, hey, are you absolutely sure you want to do that? So we need 3 more of these guys. Now later on, when you're in groups and you're wondering how the looting goes in that, you'll have the option of having the leader will set it up, and it will be like need for greed or need or greed or before greed. People can random on it, and a little window will pop up and show you what is there, and say, do you want it? And you just hit accept or decline, and then everybody will random on it automatically. In the first game, you had to do that yourself by doing like /random 1 through 1000, but you don't have to do that in this game. It takes care of it for you automatically. Or you can do need for greed, and so when it pops up, it will have the choices need, greed, or pass, if you don't want to even you know, have any chance at it. And if anybody picks need, they automatically get bumped to the top. So if everybody but one person picks greed, the one person who picked need will automatically get it. They won't even random, you just automatically get the item. If 2 people pick need and everybody else picks greed, only 2 people will random on the item. Now if everybody picks greed, then they will all random on the item. So it kind of is nice. It lets the people who actually need that item have a greater chance at getting that item before the other people who are either just going to sell it or transmute it, you know, or just do something else with it. Now the quest did change. You always want to make sure that it tells you to go back and there's not something else you need to do. For those of you who've been watching my videos, you saw on one of the other ones where we had to get the tundra beets, that we got 3 of them, and then it did say as it updated, oh, and by the way, just get 1 more. So if you had run back, that would have been just a little bit of pain to do that. So here he is, Bogchild. We want to turn that in. Have you collected the Arcane imbued ore? I have collected the ore for you. Thank you. I will crumble and crush this ore into a fine powder and then use it to make the ink to enchant my spells onto parchment once I have perfected the spell. Well, let me know if it turns out successful. There's a little bit of lag there because it should pop up. There you go. Level 6. Oh, I shall. But I will not be able to test my spell for a while yet. I got to hop about, collect some more materials first. If you need any help with anything else, please ask me. I am glad to help others here in New Hollis. Or good luck. So here it is, Arcane Elements, level 5. We got 3 silver and 19 copper. Let's go ahead and accept. So if you guys like these videos, please hit the like button, hit subscribe, leave a comment below, or hit me up in game. And thanks again for watching. Catch me on my next episode.